Welcome to another episode of The Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Matthew Vargo, and today I'm joined alongside field hockey head coach Allison Fordyce. Coach, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you had quite an eventful summer at the Olympics a couple months ago. Now, describe the process of going through the application and then the emotions you felt when you realized that you had been selected to go on such a trip.
Well, absolutely. So the NFHCA, which is the National Field Hockey Coaches Association, put out the itinerary early, probably around January, for a trip they were organizing for coaches to travel to the Olympics, get clinicked by international coaches, and experience some cultural events as well. And it was one of those things where I was like, oh, that would be so cool, but I'd never get it. There were 2 scholarships available. So I literally wrote my essay, didn't send it. And then on, of course, the last day that you could submit an application, I just closed my eyes and I sent it. So typical me, when I got an unknown phone call, I did not answer it. It went to my voicemail, which I did not check. And the next day I got an email from the head of the Coaches Association saying, have you checked your voicemail? Are you aware that you've been selected? And I was like, wait, what? So I was really floored, really humbled. Like I kind of thought, why would they pick a Division III coach from Susquehanna? Like, this is such an amazing opportunity. But immediately knew that I had to take advantage of this opportunity, being that kind of was a once in a lifetime chance to take this trip.
Take advantage of it, you did. And over your time there, what would you say was your favorite experience across the Netherlands and France at the Olympics?
So definitely the Olympics itself was incredible. I mean, being on the field right behind the USA team bench, getting to meet some of the players, and then just the rush of emotion and the feeling when the US took the field was something indescribable. And even for myself, I didn't expect to be that moved by that part of it. I thought, oh, it's going to be awesome, but I didn't expect that rush of emotions just to be present in that moment. The coaching clinics themselves were also really incredible. Like, I far exceeded my expectations, but honestly, the people I met were so awesome. Like, I met people from all over the country that are involved in field hockey at different levels, but they were incredible. Like, I really connected with people that I wouldn't have met before. So the experiences themselves were amazing, but experiencing it with the people I traveled with actually was just really incredible.
And how do you plan to implement what you learned over at the Olympics here at Susquehanna?
So Susquehanna field hockey, SUF, has always been known for the D squad. We have a strong tradition of high recognition, for defensive players. So it's always been sort of our bread and butter, right? Defense. So learning, especially in the Netherlands, who did win Olympic gold in both the men's and women's, so really well respected in the field hockey world, they are all attack focused. In fact, one thing that really stuck with me at the clinics was one of the coaches was like, you win 6-5 or you win 1-0, it doesn't matter. So they helped me open my eyes a little bit to implementing more attack strategies. So that's something that we're trying to maybe put a little bit of a different look on how we are on the attack side of the ball, trying to implement just some of that green light mentality, attack overload principle. So we'll see how that works for SUF in the coming weeks, but that's definitely something that we've been working really diligently on in practice.
And now moving on to the actual season, you guys have a long off season. You come back early than most of us do. Describe the energy around the team those first couple weeks of practice and into the scrimmages.
Absolutely. I mean, we thrive on a high energy environment. We're definitely a tempo team. Like, we're go, but we have such an awesome senior class. Like, not just they're great field hockey players. They've obviously, statistically you can see that they've impacted our program in so many positive ways, but they're just great people. So bringing 10 freshmen into the team, so now we have 34 girls, which is the largest team by far that I've ever coached. I, was unsure of how that energy and that excitement, was going to feel with so many new players. But so far so good. The team is really gelling together, but I think a lot of that really has to do with the leadership we're getting from our older kids. And, they've experienced a taste of success, but we made a really conscientious decision in the spring that this is a new version, this is a new team. We can be excited and learn from the experience we had last year, but we have to now go forward and build upon that with new players as well.
And then the actual games begin last Friday. You guys took on a ranked opponent in Franklin and Marshall, beat them 1-0. Who or what impressed you the most about that game?
Really, we got a ton of kids in the game. So we went really deep into our bench. trying out that new tempo attack. So I was really impressed with some of the freshmen, just how they handled pressure. And again, taking on such a high-level opponent in the first game, it was really cool to see the team award a freshman with our Hammer Award after the game. Maddie Quigley, to be able to get that award as a freshman, your first time out, on a game day for the collegiate level, I thought spoke a lot about where we are as a team and where we're going in the future. But of course, our veterans, Kari Schmidt, she's just an animal. You can count on her in big games to make big plays. Her and Lydia Hidley have such a strong connection, on that corner unit that it was really awesome to see that duo make that first statement score.
And now for the next game, you guys are taking on another ranked opponent in Swarthmore, once again back here at Susquehanna. How do you see that game playing out? Kind of similar to the Franklin and Marshall game, or a little bit different?
Yeah, so I'm really not that superstitious, but we have lost to Swarthmore 1-0 every year of my career here at Susquehanna. So it's always been a battle. It's always been a game that's either been decided by one goal late or, one goal in overtime. So I expect it to be really competitive. They're coming off an 0-2 start against two ranked opponents, so I know they're going to be really hungry and out for their first win. So I expect it to follow along much of the F&M path in terms of a highly skilled team, highly competitive, and two teams really just kind of battling for that position of victory.
And final question, what exactly will it take for this team to repeat as Landmark Conference champions here in 2024?
Just like we have said in the past, like one day at a time, one game at a time, like we ask ourselves every day, did we get better today? And that's all we can focus on. Like we all have a long-term goal, but each day we literally just take it day by day. Can we get better every single day that we're out there as a team? And I honestly think one of the most important factors in our success last year was our team bond and our team culture. We recruit skilled players, like we have great talent on our team, but talent can only take you so far if the team isn't working hard for each other. So that's our goal every day in practice, to just get better that day and then get on to the next day, whether it be a practice or a game.
All right, and I wish you guys the best of luck the rest of the way throughout the season. And once again, thank you so much for joining me here this afternoon. Once again, I'm your host, Matt Vargo, along with Coach Allison Fordyce. Thank you guys for watching.